Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dungeons and Dice Masters. It's been a little while and we're all keen to get back into it. So, where you guys left off last, first I should mention in a few announcements, our friendly lizard folk Basha won't be joining us in the future due to military work, so in the very distant future he might come back. However, for now he's unfortunately unable to return. In terms of Korrivar and Kel, they have similar agenda and won't be able to return for about a month. However, within that time, we're going to have some fun and we're going to do our best. And we might be recruiting someone else as well. Who knows? But for now, you three are going to have some interesting times. So, getting back to where we left off, you guys had all got into Westruun, discovered a bit of the town, some of the bathhouses, some of the taverns and whatnot. During this, you all went shopping, got some various bits and bobs, checked out Gilmore's Glorious Goods, did some more rather bargaining, I should say, with Gilmore, particularly Korrivar, who has since returned to collect that, as he had forgotten to collect that, which he purchased before the deal that he made with Gilmore. And you guys had all gotten into a fight with some strange wolf creatures that were humanoid. The guards couldn't really make out what they were, and they didn't really know why it was happening. The ones that you fought apparently was the third attack that week. After defeating them, and the guards taking the Jeeves and Kieran taking the one that was injured but not killed away, telling you that silvered weapons and magic only affect them, no normal weapons. You guys all basically investigated more into the missing child, as well as doing the quest for the grandma, Lorena. So you completed your quest for Lorena. You guys visited the carpentry shop where you found Lark. You also had talked to the Applecry mother to see what was going on, how she was responding to everything, if she knew anything. Lark had seemed pretty distant, definitely unusually unusually disconnected from his missing son. But having that as an indication, you guys decided to follow him after he left the carpentry shop. You followed him back to his house, waited a while, and saw him talking to someone within his house in the shadows of the candlelight. After things going a little awry, with him coming out, him getting tackled, stabbed a little bit, and running after the guards, you guys decided to infiltrate the house. You now are on a bit of a timer with how long the guards are going to be before they get to the house, and you have left off by finding in the cupboard in the master bedroom a woman curled up in the closet, and as Adamus had opened it, looked up at you and goes, "Please, don't hurt me." And that's where you left off. So, what do you want to do?
I believe I'm
me.
still after you, Agnes.
Is it just me upstairs with her?
Yes, I believe so, yeah. Kel is there in lizard form, I think.
Right, true, yeah. And very exactly.
I believe I was going up the stairs, but very slowly to try and reduce my scale mail.
Yeah, and Fish was downstairs hiding behind a pot plant.
Looking at the woman in front of me. I'll just see if I can make like an Arcana check or see if there's like any kind of indication that she's maybe not what she appears.
It is pretty dark because there's no light, but you can make I'd say make an insight check.
Insight, that's 15.
15. It's really hard to gauge anything in this sort of light. Generally, those kind of detections, like seeing through illusions and stuff, it's much easier with some sort of light. Whereas in the dark, so it's hard to make out anything. As far as you can tell, everything seems normal.
Okay. Who are you, and what have you done, kid?
What do you mean? Hi. I heard a noise. I hide. Lark told me to hide. I didn't want to get involved. Where is he?
I don't know. Do you know where his kid is?
He has a kid?
Who are you?
My name is Elena. I'm just seeing Lark. I'm no one special.
Can I inside her check her again now that she's talking?
You can inside see if, she's genuine.
That's a natural one.
Natural one?
Yeah.
It's really hard to make out facial features right now, so you're kind of going off tone, and tone isn't your strong suit.
Yeah, I'm kidding. In that case, I'm just gonna extend my hand out to her and kind of help her get out of the closet.
She
Gingerly.
takes it like hesitantly, especially as she touches your hand. It's cold and weird, but she touches it and gets up.
I'm cold and weird, or she's cold and weird?
You are not wet,
okay.
just cold and weird.
Weird, yes.
Weird, yes. So she gets up and stands next to you. It's rather dark in here. I'm gonna turn on some lights if that's okay.
Fine. Sorry to have scared you. We just heard a noise and thought we would come and help, and we knew that the kid might have been staying here as well, so we were concerned about him.
So you're not here to rob us, or?
No, of course not. We just thought we'd help.
Okay. All right. Let me just get these candles on.
Of course.
And she goes over to one of the drawers and pulls out some like a tinder box and stuff, and starts lighting up all the candles in the room. So it's that familiar like orangey red flame lighting up the rest of the room. And you can see now that she's got this bright blonde hair that flows down past like basically to sort of mid stomach or mid lower back. She's got like these piercing blue eyes. She's a very pretty woman.
Okay. Nemesis is not noticing that. Do you don't know about the kid then?
I wasn't aware that he had any kid. He never mentioned anything.
And there's nothing indicating the kid would have been here? No toys, no artwork, nothing?
No. This is my house.
Okay. Alright. I thought this was Lark's house. Does he not have his own?
Not since his divorce.
Right. Well, if you're safe, then that's good. Did you need me to stay with you until your man gets back?
Um. No, it's okay. You can leave if you like. If you've got what you need, I'll explain to Larkin and the guards that that there was no harm done.
All right, all right. We've checked everything out. It doesn't look like there's anybody here or anything stolen, so I feel you're gonna be safe on your own until your man gets back. We'll just leave you to it then.
Okay. Thank you.
See, about this time I get upstairs.
Yeah.
And he's gonna put his hand just out if he sees him, just be like.
I assume this is your friend?
He is indeed. He's the one helping us figure out if anyone was here to hurt you, but clearly not, so.
Okay. Alright, well, it's getting kind of late. I need some sleep.
No, that's fair. That's fine. We'll see if we can get a guard stationed around the house so maybe you can sleep a little easier.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, okay, so you wander out of the room with Takbo in tow. You guys make your way back downstairs.
So is this the person who did the kidnapping?
Doesn't appear so, no. She seems to be telling the truth from what I can tell. And
Is she?
Sorry?
Is she gonna report us to the cops?
Well, no. No, I told her that we were here to stop whoever was invading the house, so.
Kind of slowly raises a knife, and when you say no, kind of slowly puts it.
That's head.
So, by the way, that guy saw me, the dad, and I ran away.
It could have been any kobold.
I don't think kobolds are very common, and I'm wearing a silk waistcoat, a scarf, and a little hat.
Well, I guess we're fucking out it then. It's fine, we'll just go. The next best place that I can think of to find the kid would probably be the farm. If you two would like to join.
Isn't there that apple tree or something? Like a tree?
Yes, by the farm.
Ah! Yes, I was occupied with some of this information. Karavar told me a bit of it, but I was helping an old woman shop then.
Yes, I remember. A very noble pursuit.
Where's Fish?
He should be right. He should be right next to
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
34 stealth behind the tree. Fish was essentially waiting downstairs to see the lizards come back down, but if I see you guys walk down the stairs, I will literally just appear from behind the tree.
Yeah, that's basically what happens.
There she is.
What did I miss?
Well, I don't think the woman is the cause of the issue. She seems very frail.
Or is that what she wants you to think?
Well, I don't know, but from what I can tell, she's just what she is, and going to the farm is our next best bet.
I think we should do that quickly, because I think guards are on their way here now.
Alright?
Yes, let's go.
Yapping it.
Right, I believe the only way out is the front door.
Oh, we're
Is
not
there a
outside
back-
already.
No, you guys are still in the foyer kind of entranceway. But you can
Oh shit. Okay.
make your way outside the door, shut the door behind you, and start making your way away from the house.
As stealthily as possible, please.
Alright, make a stealth check, all of you. As you stealth away from the
I
house.
I have disadvantage.
Oh no.
That's true.
Does it help if I carry him?
No.
No.
Because it's still my armor clanking, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's your armor clanking against my metal
Exactly.
as well.
If anything, is that's gonna make it worse.
Alright, me 22.
How long were we in that house?
Total time that you were in the house exploring and stuff, I think it was about, I'd say 15 minutes.
I can't help with your stealth. I'm sorry.
I got a 4.
Oh no.
Okay.
I got a
No.
23. Maybe
I
it's
got a
a
natural
thing.
20.
Okay, so Fish, what did you get?
I got a natural 20, so I got a 26.
Okay.
Dead.
And you got a 22, Adamus.
Mm-hmm.
And a 4, Ethan. Right. Yeah, okay. So, you guys all filter through alleyways and side passages until you eventually, you lose your way at first, just getting away from the house, but eventually you manage to come to like a secondary main street, and you realize where you are. You're like, oh, okay. This is kind of where we've sort of before, we would just follow the path that way, we'll get to the town square. So, but you apparently managed to make your way away from the house unnoticed, as far as you're aware.
Kel's still on my shoulder, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep her there for a bit. Does anybody know how to get to the farm? You said it was through the north gate, so I guess we go north.
Which way's north?
Then can I try and discern which way is north, please?
Yeah.
Use star.
I don't have a compass.
It's survival.
Survival, yeah. Alright.
Being proficient in survival, would I be able to assist while using the stars? Because I've traveled?
Yes, if you like.
Hey.
Are you rolling your own separate check, or am I taking advantage?
I will leave that up to you.
I mean, you can roll your own separate check. I feel like I got 13, by the way. Yeah.
Okay.
21.
There you go.
It's an 18.
Alright. Cool. Let me just do that. Alright, so you guys successfully managed to navigate using the stars for the most part rather than the actual city streets, which appear very confusing. You realize that you guys were kind of heading backwards, if that makes sense, more towards the west initially than you were away. So you quickly turn around and start heading towards the north gate. It would take you from where you guys are, I believe it would take you about an hour, yeah, an hour's journey roughly to the north gate. During that time, the sky gets darker, more stars come out. It's a very nice, beautiful night after a sunny day. Everyone's well and truly asleep, as far as you're aware, and you manage to make your way to the north gate, where there are a couple guards stationed, as always, you know, 2 on the wall and 2 down below by the gate itself, and they sort of like give you a bit of a strange look, but nod you as you make your way through the gate.
Did we have a name or a description of the farm, or was it just a farm?
You had a direction, I believe, of which farm it was. I believe it was sort of like northwest farm, and he said you couldn't miss it because it had this massive apple tree in the corner.
Go apple picking. I'm gonna head off.
Let's go scrumping.
Okay, so you guys are gonna try and find the tree.
Oh yeah.
All right, make
Hell yeah, dude.
make a survival check.
Oh no.
All of us, or just one specific?
Anyone who wants to. But the more people trying, the more time goes by.
I got a 15.
20. A dirty 20.
I miss his learning. Use the
Apparently I have
star.
advantage. Apparently I have advantage on survival checks according to my character sheet. I don't know why though.
Because you're a blood hunter, I think it's only to do with undead or grave or whatever it is.
Ah, right, yeah, correct. You are correct.
Fish, did you roll?
I did. I got an 11.
Okay.
I
So-
got a 15.
You guys waste approximately an hour and a half just walking around farms looking for an apple tree. Sometimes you think you found it, but it appears to be a much smaller tree. Definitely not one that you would climb or anything. These farms are pretty big, so it does take you quite a while to find. But eventually you come to where 4 farms kind of meet their borders, and the apple tree sort of sits in the corner of mostly one of the farms, but for the most part it's kind of like a center point for 4 farms interconnecting, and it appears to be this massive apple tree that reaches probably 80 feet up, and the trunk itself is approximately 20 feet wide, like in diameter.
Now that's a tree.
There's a lot of currently like rotting apples and stuff on the ground around you from ones that have fallen.
If we're here to question the people that live here, I suggest we wait until daybreak.
I don't think that we're here for questioning. Not quite yet. I think a perimeter check or a preliminary investigation would probably be fitting first.
Okay.
Okay. So,
I would like to check in the tree.
okay. Are there any farmhouses and everything else around?
There are no, from what you can see so far, there are no houses or structures in the like near vicinity. You could imagine there possibly is something like that somewhere nearby, but might be a while to find it.
Okay. Alright, I'll help Fish look in the tree then.
Okay.
Give me a boost.
Make an investigation check. What are you looking for exactly?
Well, first of all, I'm looking for the kid up in the tree.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look for any kind of indication that he's been here recently.
Okay.
And that's an investigation, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that is 15 for me.
And Fish?
4.
Okay. Make me an acrobatics check, Fish. Animus, are you remaining on the ground?
I'm fairly certain I would have climbed up with her
Okay.
if
Make an
the
athletics
tree
check.
could support. Acrobatics.
15.
Athletics. Or acrobatics, it's up to you.
15.
Yeah, so it's 11.
I'm wily, I'm not smart.
Okay, so with more effort expended on Adamus's part, trying to figure out how to climb this rather large trunk. Fish, you managed to make your way up more easily, using kind of like your goblinoid form to dig a little bit of your claws into the trunk. As you make your way up, you get onto one of the lower branches as Adamus eventually climbs up and joins you on one of the lower branches. This tree is fairly massive, and the wood itself is fairly smooth. It's not like rough bark. You continue to make your way up the tree and have a look-see. So far what you can tell is that there are definitely marks that you can see on the tree, mostly the trunk where it looks like there are chip marks. It looks like some sort of striking force has been applied to the trunk at some places, mostly at the lower branches as far as you can tell, that sort of area.
Can I discern from the indentations whether or not it was like a sharp object, like an axe, or if it was like blunt force?
It definitely looks more like either an axe or a sword or something, but they don't look very deep. So whatever hit it either is not very strong, or the person who was wielding it wasn't very strong.
The kid lashed out of the tree. Right. And we can't see any other indication that he may have been here recently, like this indentations. How recent are they? Can we tell?
Make a survival. Actually, make a nature check. Yeah,
With a
nature.
4 investigation, I doubt I can tell.
Make a dumb
I don't
stat
even
check.
know if I see them. I'm just like, ooh, tree.
Yes, I rolled a natural 3.
Okay.
That's one big tree.
It is.
They are chips in the trunk.
I mean, Cal could probably do an investigation. She's back to normal by now because wild shape only lasts 2 hours.
Sure, give it a shot. Let's see.
Well, at our level, I believe wild shape lasts 3.
Investigation.
It's 1 plus half
Okay.
here.
11. She doesn't really find anything new that you guys haven't found. She is going to look at the marks as well and see if she can make out, anything. Definitely not.
Well, it may be because we're overburnt. If we wait until we have natural light, it might be easier.
Okay. Alright, I'm just anxious to find the kid. I don't know what state and what he's gotten himself into.
I want to find the kid too. I just feel like we're running in circles and we're just kind of burning ourselves out.
I agree. And we've kind of gotten ourselves in trouble with the law a lot.
Well, that's not new.
Yeah, but we're gonna probably just get arrested.
Which means we get to talk to what's the stupid face from the barracks again. I didn't like him.
But what I'm saying is, maybe just blindly going around going, tell me what we need to know, or attacking a drug colony and taking their shit. And I'm not going to name names, but maybe taking the merchandise wasn't the best idea for some folks here. It feels. I just think the last few days we've kind of fucked up.
No.
Alright, Tackle. So maybe we'll take the advice from you then about what needs to be done. You can be our new strategizer.
Don't put me in charge, please.
Alright, so
I'm more of telling people what they do wrong than telling them how to fix it.
helpful.
Counterproductive.
Alright, so Fishy, think it's best that we just take a rest and then sort the rest of this out in the morning.
I think a lot of what we have left to do is searching and locating and investigating, and doing this at night when we're burnt out and tired is a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's a lot less.
I'm just gonna climb higher up in the tree and find a place to rest and just kind of shut down for a bit.
Chilling in the tree.
Chilling in the tree.
Okay.
I'm gonna curl up.
Oh. And because I
Already
can I don't have to like sleep or anything. I'll just shut down with like my arms like this so that they can nestle into each arm.
Mm. Okay.
I do that without hesitation.
Kind of do, but kind of put my bedroll down first.
Under the tree?
Yeah, under the tree and kind of snuggle up under the tree.
Okay.
I snuggle up with Adamus without hesitation.
We're not there yet.
It doesn't take much.
Alright. So, you guys are in for a long rest until morning. So, you can restore all your hit points and all that kind of stuff as you fall asleep under the apple tree. Now, morning breaks and you get this very sweet smell, like a sweet acrid smell, as the sun hits the rotting and new apples in the tree. And as you guys come to, you see these piercing golden sun rays hit the fields in front of you and the city in front, as you guys are currently partially covered in rustled shade from the leaves of the tree, and the whole field just kind of lights up like this orange and fervent green color. Looks beautiful. But you guys come to.
Alright. Okay, so now that we're not in darkness and we're up in a tree, can I see any farmhouses around now?
Make a perception check.
Yeah. Nice. That is a 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the distance to what would be the north of this farm, you can see a small, well, it looks to be small, building, probably about, let's say, half-hour walk.
Okay. And any kind of, I guess, dwellings? Could be like a tool shed or a shack, or maybe even like a something that someone may have constructed nearby, like a twig teepee.
As far as you can see, aside from that building that's nearby, you can see across fields and fields and fields that there is another building. Looks to be probably another house, farmhouse, but that's way in the distance. Aside from that, there are not really any other buildings in sight.
Not necessarily buildings, but kind of dwellings. So, like, if the kid made himself like a little shelter out of leaves and twigs, anything like.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
It's mostly, bales of hay, just general fields of crops or cattle, things like that, fenced off farms.
Okay. I found the farmhouse if you guys are interested in going to talk to the people in there.
We could give it a go.
Right? I will grab fish and jump down.
Okay. Alright, you
Ah.
jump.
Do I need to make a dex save if I'm jumping down alone?
I will not jump where you are sleeping.
No, you're alright. You guys get down. You notice in the morning that the apple tree has quite a few more marks than what you saw during the evening. Those familiar sort of striking marks in the trunk seem to be more than just in by those lower branches. It seems to be around the base of the trunk as well. They seem to be more varied in terms of sort of pattern, I guess. Yeah, apart from that,
Is that kind of erratic?
sort of more just like they seem longer, or they have more force to them. It seems that what you can gather from it is that it was probably the fact that whatever was striking it had more footing, like better footing, considering they were on the ground rather than on a branch, so they were able to do more, potentially.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna start walking over to the house.
Okay, you guys start making your way across the farmland towards the nearby house. Half an hour goes by and the weather starts to get warmer and warmer on what essentially would be a Sunday evening, Sunday morning. And you manage to reach this simple farmhouse that has 2 stories, but the second story looks to be an attic above the first floor, and they have this sort of cute kind of little patio area with 2 chairs and like a little coffee table. It looks like there's a hot mug that's still slightly steaming. Appears that whoever's in there is possibly awake.
Go up and knock on the door.
Alright, go and knock on the door, and a couple moments pass, and then the door opens a little bit. You see this sort of slightly older man, probably I'd say mid-50s, answer it, and he goes, "Hello, I wasn't expecting visitors today. What can I do for you?"
Hey there. Me and my comrades are looking for a friend. He's a little human kid, dark hair, blue eyes, plays in the apple tree a lot. His name's Ruben.
Oh, yes, I know of Ruben, yes. He really likes that tree, huh? How do you know him?
Well, see, my little friends over here, they're his very close friends, and I'm their guardian, so we're just having a look, to have a play date.
They're his friends?
Yes. In fact, they are. And something that his mom had told me as well, is that he's very interested in mechanical things, and well, I am one, so my little children over here thought it would be fun for him to see me.
Make a
I
persuasion
like
check.
people.
Persuasion check.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that like kid thing of kind of like hiding behind Adamus's legs, like I'm
Oh.
shy,
I'm definitely behind the other leg.
Oh God.
just kind of holding onto the leg and kind of peering out, trying to act as childlike as a 19-year-old kobold cat.
Who's acting?
What's the
So that was 13 minus 1, so 12.
12? Well, look, you don't seem familiar to me, but if you seem like you've got good intentions. Look, I think Ruben, he likes the apple tree a lot. He tends to, I've seen him taking naps under there, and during the mid-morning sun, he'll just sort of take a kip, eat some apples. It does no harm. He likes it. Occasionally he'll help out around the farm. He's a good kid. I think given his interests, I don't know. I think. I mean, honestly, I haven't seen him in a while. He. Yeah, I can't really say he does much else that I know of. He It's mostly just the apple tree and then helping out around the farm.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, inside check.
Yeah. I want to specifically more looking at the whole. I haven't seen him in a while, kind of.
Mm.
Insight. 18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
He seems genuine when he's thinking, as if he's truly recalling things. It seems like he's a little concerned and maybe a little paranoid, but you don't get any sense of sort of fight or flight or anything like that in his words.
Yeah. Good question. He's not even been around the apple tree recently, then.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen him there recently.
Do you know if there's anywhere else that he might like to hang out, just in case? And see if we can find him today.
My best bet is probably either the market or wherever else kids like to play, I suppose. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's it. Thank you very much.
Alright.
As he closes the door and goes back inside, I want to do like an investigation check, survival check around the house, see if I can find any fresh little boy footprints.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Investigation?
Yeah.
Could I help her?
Yep, if you like.
You want to roll your
advantage?
Oh, nice. Thank you. It's a dirty 20.
Okay. Appropriate for the farm. So, as you are sort of looking around, checking through now the kind of the layout around here, around the house itself, it seems kind of, the house itself seems a little out of place in that, like, it's kind of in a weird placement within the farm, because you've seen some of the boundaries by now walking halfway across it. It's kind of like off center and in every aspect really. It's not, centered horizontally or vertically, but the sort of area around it, it's not even cleared. It's kind of just wild grass, and then it goes straight into the house. So where the patio starts, that's where the grass stops. So it's very, very odd. There's more patted down, like a trail where the stairs are to the patio, where it's kind of like commonly treaded, but apart from that, like, it's all just wild grass, which is strange, because usually these kind of things have either like a nice garden, or at least it's cleared, but you find it a bit odd. However, making your way through this tall wild grass, which is kind of like a wheat color, you find a number of like little insects and lizards and stuff as they crawl away initially, and you do see a few footprints. You gather that some of them belong to the people of the house, but then there are these smaller footprints, probably the size of a child. They seem to kind of wander around the house a little bit, and then they sort of start to go south again, back towards either the apple tree or the city.
Okay. And they look fresh? Like how long ago might I
Make a
approximately?
survival check.
While this is going on, Fish is 100% running around through the wild grass.
Okay.
9.
Feels like home.
9. You don't really know how fresh these tracks are. It's really hard to tell.
Just a quick question. Do the tracks look intentionally like they're going southward? Or
Make an intelligence check.
thanks today. Intelligence. There is a 0 on that modifier, so 6.
6.
We're all so intelligent.
You really can't make heads or tails of it. It's just kind of like you see footprints. You know they're small children's footprints.
Okay. I think we probably need to go back to the apple tree a little bit and figure out if I can find some more tracks over there. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe the market. I don't know what else to go from here.
We could try the apple.
Try the apple tree.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Fish? Sorry.
Oh, I'm wondering if the tracks that Adam found are on the path or if they're wandering all over the place.
I think they were running around the house. So it was like walking around like the perimeter of the house itself.
Yeah, well, from what you can gather, they don't go all the way around the house, but it seems that it's kind of, from what your investigation check yielded at least, it looks like potentially it's kind of like going up to the house, scoping it out a little bit, and then, you know, either seeing that there's nothing there or losing interest and walking back again.
And where the footprints stopped, is there anything particular on the outside of the house, like a window or anything?
Make a perception check. Straight off the bat, you know, there is a side window from the wall of the house, because where the footprints are, they seem to be right on the far side of the patio, so it's kind of like directly in line with the window, and there's chairs in front of you with the banister right in front. What was your perception check?
Natural 1.
Natural 1. That's all.
Let's stop using this dice now.
It's amazing you found the chairs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You do notice in the edges of the banister there are little scratch marks, just like, you know, like someone's been rubbing them with like a stick or something, just wearing away the paint.
All right.
And
Sorry.
I kind of want to try to climb the tree again and see what else I can see on the farm. See if there are any other cleared away paths in the grass. See if, like, the tree was like in the center-ish of 4 farms. I want to see if there's anything leading towards the other farmhouses.
Do we want to investigate the house to its entirety first, though? Just in case we have to come back here? Because we're wasting a half an hour every time we go to and from the tree.
How are we gonna get access to the inside of the house?
Yeah, I feel weird.
Oh, Kel and I can have a look around, because we can be little lizard people. Little lizards.
Are they smart lizards?
Well, I mean, it's Adamus, who's super smart, and Kel, who is also super smart.
Ah, yeah.
As I point at myself, who is very not super smart.
I pat Fish on the shoulder.
I'm good at being fast.
checking around the house, if I can try and like do a perimeter check, can I see any like basement windows or anything that other than like not there not being flowers or anything out of place?
Doing a quick run around the house, it doesn't look it doesn't look like there are any basement windows or anything like that. No access to any basement or underneath the house kind of thing.
No more creepy cellars.
No more creepy cellars.
Can we just find like a way in for a small lizard?
Probably just the bottom of the front door.
If you can fit, then do it.
I mean,
Don't
how
go in
lizardify and try and squeeze under a door.
In front of the
But-
house.
No, probably not. I mean, we're doing a perimeter check of the house, so if we can find a place that we can crouch under a windowsill or something,
Right.
we just
Well, yeah, I mean, you can go towards the back of the house underneath the windowsill.
Use the wild grass.
sure, yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
it's
you
not in plain
transform.
sight.
You're a little lizard people. You start making your way across the patio towards the front door, and you slip underneath and make a stealth check.
And I will strongly insist that Taco and I hide in the tall grass somewhere nearby. It would be very awkward after our exchange that we just had with the farmer if he sees these two children running around by themselves.
Make a stealth check.
I'm gonna try and hide the fish.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just double checking like what the dexterity bonus is for a lizard. That's just a second.
18.
That was a 21 and then a 10, and then a 10, so 10.
10. Okay.
A lizard. You're a lizard, Harry. Alright, nothing. Great.
So straight roll.
Yeah, just straight roll, so 14.
14. Okay. Yeah, you managed to make your way underneath the edge of the door at the front, making your way through some semi-thick bristles that are attached to the bottom of the door to keep dust and unwanted critters out. And it hurts a little bit, kind of. You have to close your eyes as you walk through, but once you're in, you scurry your way across the skirting, and immediately you're greeted with a very small house. You know, it's sort of like an open kitchen that has a dining room around it, and then there's this small lounge that has just a plain old coffee table and what looks to be two people, the farmer and the farmer's wife, just sort of sitting there. They seem to be just reading a book together, having some tea at the moment.
Alright. Can we just check for as many rooms as possible?
Alright, making your way around the house, it seems that aside from those sort of two rooms that I mentioned, there's the bedroom that they would sleep in. You're making your way underneath that door, there's this very simple flower quilted bed, you know, double bed, a cupboard where they keep all the clothes, that kind of, all the essential stuff, a little window to let some light in. Apart from that, the only other thing that you can see making your way like up some walls and stuff is like a hatch to the attic on the roof. It seems to be one of those styles where you slide the hatch across and, you know, put a ladder up or something and get up there.
Cool. Can I climb up the wall onto the roof and see if Cal and I can maybe like slide it open enough for us to get in?
As you get up there, there's definitely not enough room for you to get up, and in lizard form you're not strong enough to move it across, but potentially there'll be another sort of gap or something you can squeeze through. Generally those sort of things are found like on the sides, like on the skirting on the roof.
Okay. Then I'll look for that.
Yeah, so making your way sort of across the roof, trying to look for these gaps, takes you a little bit, a couple of minutes of searching, especially without trying to not be noticed by the two sitting there on the floor. You do eventually find a little gap where you can make your way into the attic, and squeezing your way up. It's very dark up in the attic. There's no light, but I believe the lizards have dark vision.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, so you can see that there's a number of storage items, old furniture or little side tables or something that just aren't used right now. They seem to be covered in like a thin sheet to stop the dust sort of collecting and ruining them. It doesn't look like there's any signs of otherwise presence.
We've checked every room. We've checked the attic. There's no basement. There was no basement, right?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Alright. Fuck, this was a bust. I guess we leave.
Okay.
I don't think like my lizard form can do any kind of like arcana checks maybe to see if there's like an invisible barrier or a hidden door or
I think that's a little out of the scope.
yeah. Okay. Fine. I'll just
You get out of the house?
Yeah.
Alright, so from the attic there are a couple small spots of teeny tiny light that you can see in your lizard form that you're accustomed to seeing, and make your way out those holes that lead directly outside to the side where Fish and Takbo are, conveniently. So,
Are there any holes in the walls in the house, by the way?
holes in the wall?
Yeah.
No, it's not like a real shanty house, it's very, it's a good house. It's just that the attic doesn't exactly, the attic's not the most well sealed.
No, what I mean is like if there's like a small gap in the whole wall, like a crack or like a mouse hole or something, that we might be able to get inside just to check if the kid is hiding inside the walls or.
These seem to be solid walls, like if you took logs of wood and just that's your wall. They're not like, it doesn't look like there's spaces in between two planks or something. It seems to be a solid wall.
Then yeah, I leave.
Okay. Alright, you guys leave and join up with Takbo and Fish again.
I honestly have no idea where else there is to look for this kid.
Market. That's the only other place.
I guess that's our only option. Wait,
Suppose.
I know you said, is there like something by the tree, or like we could go inside the tree? Is that something you magic tree people can do?
We did check the perimeter of the tree, and there was nothing that I could see that was like an alcove or anything.
I'm just thinking maybe the kid's magic.
Could be.
I mean, maybe, but. And this is just in my travels. I haven't seen a kid that's that talented.
I don't trust children.
Animus will drop form, and we'll start walking to the tree while we're doing this. Well, the thing is, the kid has got lots of like craftsman experience from his father, and he likes mechanical things and things that are intricate. So I don't think it's above him.
We could use you as bait to try and bait him out of where we think you are. No offense, but you are mechanical.
If we walk through the marketplace with Adamus, and the kid sees Adamus, there's a good chance that he's gonna want to tinker with Adamus.
There's,
We've met
I mean,
times before.
it's not a bad strategy.
I agree. Good.
Kappa,
And I'll probably
we walk with a plan. We're so smart.
So are you walking back, or what's the plan?
We're walking to the tree.
Walking to the tree? Okay. So you guys start making your way back to the tree. Half an hour or so later, it's starting to warm up. Takpo and Fish, you guys are starting to get a little sweaty as the sun is directly on you. But you guys make your way back to the tree where you had previously left. What do you want to do?
Well, where's the market from here, or do you want us to check? Hang on, there's a thing. Could I check if there's any more marks on the tree since we've been gone?
Make a perception check.
Okay. I got a 7.
7.
Yeah.
As best you can tell, it doesn't look like there's any extra marks.
I can't see any new marks, so he might not have been back here.
What is your passive perception, Adamus? 16. Oh, okay. So, Adamus, on your return to the tree, just using your passive perception, there's nothing, like on the tree itself, there's nothing new that you find on the tree itself. However, around sort of the apples, you see all these different sort of tracks and marks. Some of them are animal marks, but some of them are actual footprints of humanoids. You see small ones and you see a few big ones. A few of them are scuffed and sort of mucked around through the dust and whatnot, but they're about 30 feet or so away from the tree, sort of on the side of the path. Because there's sort of two main paths that go from the tree through between the fencing of the farms. One that leads further sort of northwest, and one that leads back to the one you guys traveled on. With the sort of angle of the sun at the moment, the very sort of small angle, there's a slight glimmer in the path, just in like a sort of circular spot along the path, about 30 feet off.
Okay. I'll point this out to everybody.
Okay.
Probably like kind of when he gets back. No.
Yep. I don't know where Fish went. Internet problems.
There he is.
Yay!
Still, you're muted, Fish.
Yeah, I know. I fixed it. Everything's fine.
Okay. So yeah, I was just explaining that Adamus, who pointed this out to you, there's a slight glimmer on the path in a circular spot 30 feet off.
Let's go down that road.
Sounds like a plan.
You guys all
Nice.
go over there to inspect. When you get there, it seems that there's something off. Something that doesn't seem quite natural. It seems the glimmer is very it's kind of like a very light purple. It kind of looks like as if someone took a bag of gem dust and just sort of sprinkled it across the path just a little bit. It seemed like there's some of that in a circular spot, roughly, on the side of the path there. And where that is, there's a few tracks, mostly yours, but you do notice that there are small footprints there as well that seem to have, they're not clear, but you can tell that they've sort of, it's a bit like they're rough, they've done all kinds of things.
Can I tell which direction they were either coming from or headed towards?
Make an intelligence check or survival, up to you.
Oh man, that's a 7.
7?
I'm not the smartest goblin in the bunch.
Is that intelligence or survival?
Survival.
Okay. It's really hard to tell. You're not really sure.
These are footprints.
Okay, can I do an investigation for that?
Yeah, if you'd like to make an investigation check or a survival check.
Yeah. I don't trust that dice anymore. I don't like it.
I'll give Adamus advantage through helping them.
Okay,
It's
so
like kind of,
Yep.
yeah, kind of just like looking at them and kind of nodding and tutting when they kind of think they're getting it wrong.
Alright. So that was either investigation or survival, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for my survival check, I got 16.
16 survival. Alright.
Yes.
So something you are familiar with, especially with your time with Korva, is that...
Oh god.
Yeah, I know. Dodgy sentence. But yeah, something you're familiar with. In his spell casting, occasionally you've seen him, especially when he's been studying his spell book, he's used gem dust and all kinds of magical ingredients to either make spells or study spells, whatever, cast spells. This sort of gem dust, or dust in general, is definitely not normal to be here. It's not natural. It looks like there's the purple gem dust has been sprinkled or perhaps what's the word, like kind of exploded in a way, like an impact or something centered in one spot, and you can see that where the footprints are, aside from taking yours out of the picture, because you guys have kind of walked along the path as well, the small footprints seem to have left quite a lot of, like, an accumulation of dirt from the path after, like, behind each footstep, which indicates that he was moving at quite a pace, like he was running, obviously. And then where this gem dust is, it looks like they come to a stop, and there's some scuff marks, and you see 2 other footprints there. They're a bit hard to discern. They're also kind of, like when you make angels, like sand angels, it's kind of like that with the shoes, so it's really hard to tell the exact size and stuff, but the width seems to be, definitely an adult, and that's where the kids' footprints stop as well.
Okay, and I can see the direction they're headed in.
You can see that the direction they were headed in, but you see that there's a clear stop to the small, like the child's footprints.
Okay.
It seems like there was possibly a scuffle or something in that exact spot, and the footprints stop.
Right, so it's not like they picked the kid up and then they walked away. All of the footprints just stopped abruptly.
Yeah.
Can I check above us? Are there trees and stuff around?
You can make I mean, it's trees. You can easily see that there's no other trees in the immediate vicinity. There's that big apple tree that's 30 feet away. The nearest tree is a good 100 to 120 feet away from you, and it's not big. It's like one of those smaller trees. You can't even climb it.
Sorry, what was that, guy?
Teleportation. Fish is gonna, like, carefully make his way over to the spot and try to collect the sample of the dust.
Okay, make me a sleight of hand check, as this is very, very faint. You guys picked it up because of the angle of the sun among the dirt.
That's a 19, so that's 23.
23?
Yeah, I'm nimble-fingered.
Okay, you don't gather just the dust, you gather a bit of the dirt around it, but you're careful enough to gather the surface dust. So any particles of this gem dust is mixed in with the surface layer. You manage to get most of that into a pouch or something.
Do we know where Koravar is right now?
He went back to the
Gilmore.
village.
He's with Gilmore today. All of today.
If we run this by him later, or if I can just, like, take a peek in his spell book, that we could try to figure out what this is, that might be helpful.
Yeah.
He can't be disturbed today. He's working on something with Gilmore.
Later. That's why I grabbed it in a pouch and I stuck it elsewhere. Or we could ask Gilmore later.
Sure. But we need to find the kid now.
Oh, yeah, no, I know that. I was just curious what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
It's a thing I haven't seen before. I need to know what it is.
There's no other disturbances in the, like, sand itself. Like, it doesn't look like a gust of wind would have just, like, blown the sand around where the footprints were, right? Like wings when they take off.
It definitely doesn't appear that way.
Okay, so definitely teleportation. Right. Could be anybody. Is there any, like, residual, like, do I find another blonde hair somewhere, or?
Needle in a haystack. Make an investigation check for a needle in a haystack.
You find one of the kid's fingers.
Oh, is that an actual
You're not
one?
gonna believe. No, it's a natural 20.
Actually? Oh my gosh.
It literally is. Can you see it?
Oh, that's an awesome 20 though.
Yeah.
I
got
like that
my
die.
Adamus dice.
That's really cool. Okay. Needle in a haystack. Righto.
Oh. Okay, do you need my investigation, like, modifier?
Give me the total, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Investigation. It was investigation, right? Like, not survival or anything else?
Yes.
Investigation, cool. 22.
22. Okay. Give me 1 second.
You made him pull out the book, dude.
Oh no.
I need more useful spells. I can make it really dark in this one spot, or really quiet. Or I can make a tiny dancing holographic Adamus. I can't do anything useful. I can punch things.
My spells are hitting things and giving myself armor.
Well, Tekbo, here's the thing though. if we're looking at some sort of like magical creature that's stealing children, it may be up your alley. So maybe if you have a look around.
You've got a point there. Unfortunately, if it's not undead, I don't know what it is.
Is undead the only thing that you have, like, as your, like, favorite enemy? It's not like fiends, fae, undead, whatever.
No, I'm Order the Ghost Slayer. I kill undead.
No, but as a blood hunter itself.
I'll double check.
So
yes, you're right. I have advantage to track fae, fiend, or undead.
yeah, I thought you would. So, Adamus, your investigation check. In terms of where you are searching, you, aside from where Fish has gathered the dust, which has, scuffed some of the footprints, by the way. There was no way around that. It's kind of, all intertwined. However, because of the shift of dust and gem dust, looking very carefully and very intently on this spot particularly, sort of pouring your fingers just a little bit by little bit through them, the disturbance has left, aside from a bit of grass and stuff that are sort of impurities, you find thin, short black hairs. Just a few.
Like something I suspect came from the kid?
These, picking them up, and you get maybe 4 of them in total. They seem longer than a kid's hair. They seem tougher.
Could I have a look at those hairs, see if I can tell what kind of hair they are?
I will hand them on over.
I'll give him a little smell. What check do I need to make to see if this is a monster that I'd know?
Make a nature check.
Oh no, DM.
Dude, I'll just bloodhound this bitch.
I was gonna say, yeah, we've got two druids. Can you just like sniff snoof and then track that
Sniff
stuff?
snoof.
That's what I said.
it.
I'm sticking with it.
It's a D&D ability,
Got a
everyone. Sniff snoof.
I got a 20.
20. Okay. Alright,
I
so
can smell it.
you turn into a bloodhound. Takbo, this hair seems to be... You've had your fair share of experience with a few of the rougher races around where you've come from.
Yeah.
This seems to be potentially orcish in nature. It's greasy and it's very thick.
So gross, lady.
I give the hair a little lick.
Oh god.
And I'm like, yeah, definitely orc.
I can tell you, it does not taste good.
Yeah, that's why I know it's orc hair.
Alright, Adamus, what are you doing?
I'm
You're a
a
bloodhound.
sniff at some. I'm a sniff at the hair that isn't salivarified,
Ooh.
and try and find a trail. Sniff this bitch out.
Okay,
Let's do.
make a survival check.
Okay.
Actually, make a perception check. This would be with the bloodhound. Now, I believe with smells you have advantage.
Yeah. All right. Those both shit rolls.
Guidance.
Guidance.
I don't have it.
Oh. 14.
14.
Oh wait, no, sorry, you said perception. 16.
16. So you definitely pick up a strong scent from these hairs. It is pretty faint because there aren't many of these. You are having a little bit of difficulty pinpointing, but you immediately pick up a similar scent in the immediate vicinity of where the gem dust was, and it's a very strong pungent smell of, I mean, you've never smelt whatever creature this is before as a bloodhound, but it's definitely a unique smell. It's not, you know, perfume, it's not like general hardworking farmers. It's definitely got a, like, something in the blood kind of smell. Excuse me. The trail, in sort of your mind's eye, from the way bloodhounds work, the trail seems to filter back to, like, along the path, sticking to the side of the path itself, so in amongst the grass.
Okay. Alright, I'll follow the trail as closely as possible.
Okay. You start following this trail, and for the better part of, I'd say, 2 hours, as it's a slow process of sniffing, making sure you've got the right scent still, trying to follow it where the wind's picking up and all that kind of stuff. But it's you're definitely tracking through the grass. So it looks like whoever it was definitely not trying to leave footprints or be seen. And you continue to make your way around the farm, and it starts curving back across to the city. After the couple of hours, how long can you stay in Bloodhound for?
2 hours.
Okay, so
isn't it 1 plus half your druid level?
Let me check.
Or is that just circled? Yeah, no, you're circled, Moon.
Yeah.
well, Kel can stay in Wild Shape for 2 hours.
Yeah, hold on. Sorry. Equal to your druid level, rounded down. Yeah, half your druid level rounded down,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
thought it
level
was 1 plus
4, so 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
Yeah, 2 hours. So it's at about the same time that you find the end of the scent that you transform back, and where you're left is the side of the city. So you've been skirting along the wall of the city, and there's this, it just kind of filters, it seems to just sort of filter into the wall. You change back, and from when your memories from when you were the Bloodhound, you can definitely get a strong sense that it's in the wall. But you know, there's no door, there's no, you know, like little crack in the wall kind of thing where you can slip through. It just seems to be a wall.
I'm going to quickly run back and forth, no more than like 200 feet each way, but try to see if there's any way inside the wall in this area.
Make a perception check.
God, 11.
11. There seems to be a sewer grate on the, where you guys are, would be the east side of the stretch of 200 feet. So when you get about 200 feet off, you can see another 100 feet in the distance. There's this like little sewer pipe, but it's, you know, it's cemented into the wall. There's no otherwise obvious way of getting through the wall.
I will quickly come back and report.
Okay. Who's taller out of Fish or Takbo?
Takbo.
So if I take Takbo and like get him above my head, can he see over the wall?
No, definitely not. This is the city wall.
Oh, the city wall.
Yes.
Right, so it's...
There appears to be more wall up here.
Okay. Sweet. Can we try and scale the wall? Is it like smooth?
It's not smooth. You can try and scale it if you like.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Make a. Let's say this would be an athletics check.
Fingers crossed. Insert dope monk shit here.
True.
Can't we just throw a monk at it?
You said this is athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
Athletics.
16.
Yeah, I got 9.
Adamus, you're having a very hard time grasping the wall. Fish, you're doing a better job. It's gonna take you a little bit to get up, but you are managing to scale the wall. By the time you reach the top, there you can. Your first thing that you see is a couple of the Westernian guards patrolling across the top of the wall.
Ah. Oh shit. Do I see any oh god, there's no crates or anything on top of the wall that I can hide amongst?
No.
I climb back down.
Okay. You quickly
I'm too
climb back
scared
down
to
before
keep
you
doing it by myself.
before you get seen.
What's the matter? Didn't you get up the
Guards.
top?
There's
Guards.
I don't wanna.
Okay.
I've done enough this week.
Tech
Did they
just
see you?
No. I don't know.
You don't.
I don't know. I didn't stick around long enough to find out. We've done a lot this week, and I don't want to go back to Max. I don't like him.
Yeah, that's fair.
I could climb it again if you want.
Well, we need to get past it, and do we know how far away the nearest gate would be?
From where you are, it'd still be the north gate, and that would be for maybe about 500 feet.
500 feet. Okay.
I could make that easy. What I could do is I could try to stealthily climb the wall and try to
And
get
then
up.
drop a rope down so we can get up.
I could do that.
Or we could just go through the gate and then pick up the scent on the other side.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be this difficult.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on myself and attempt to stealthily climb the wall.
Alright, pass without a trace. Poof. You are enveloped somewhat into shadows, in direct sunlight. So, scale the wall.
I'm gonna get a rope around my shoulder and I'm gonna start stealthily climbing this wall.
Okay.
Taking my time.
Make an athletics check.
Love this so much. Every time I roll a natural 20, it's a little unicorn.
Is it a natural 20?
It is.
Alright. You managed to scale the wall. As far as you know, you are not detected by any guards. And you actually get a bit of a shock as you reach the top, and just as you reach the top, one of the guards is just moving past your position.
Oh god. I'm gonna wait for him to pass. The top of this wall, is it jagged? Like, can I tie a rope to some stone at the top?
Nope. It's
God,
you get the sense. You get the sense that the city probably doesn't want people scaling their wall, so they're going to do as best as they can to stop people from being able to.
There is no way In no world or form is there any way that I am lifting Adamus up this wall.
No.
Nope. Not even with a natural 20.
Nope.
No.
I have a 12 strength, guys.
Can I retry the climbing thing?
You want to climb the wall?
I want to retry it, yeah.
Sure.
Fuck! 6.
Well, if you
It's
guys,
almost like it wasn't made to be climbed.
if you guys go around to the other side,
Yeah. We'll just walk
you'll be
around.
able to pinpoint where this spot is because I'm here.
Kel can also assist with that, being a bloodhound.
Take some
Yeah,
time.
She can...
Takpo's just standing at the bottom of the wall, looking at this like.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not trying this.
Come
It's
on,
kind of rich.
Temple.
It's at this point
But-
that you guys see a patrolling guard, well, a guard patrol, wandering outside the city, the wall. Just as you
We'll just-
kind of stop and make, so they kind of notice you, and at this point in time they don't do anything. They don't pay you any mind.
Just keep walking.
I'm
Just
gonna
casually
quickly.
coil the rope up, keep walking.
We didn't have any rope out,
I did.
Yeah, Fish
I
did.
have it around
You
my
did.
shoulder. Yeah,
but you're up top though.
I am
You're
up
up top.
but I
Yeah.
tied it around my shoulder so it's not dangling or anything. I am going to quickly and quietly climb over to the other side of the wall, as the guards aren't there right now.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna wait for my party to make their way around.
Can I look to Adamus? You want me to try and climb it?
No, that's alright. We'll just go around this way.
Okay. Do 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 do.
We have the greatest party of all time.
Oh boy.
We can't
Kill.
function. We can't do simple tasks.
We're getting ourselves arrested.
We can't even get back into the city, which is a major plot point.
Kill werewolves? Sure, no problem. Kill like big bad birds? No problem. Cause avalanches? No problem. Climb a wall? Not happening.
Find a kid? Not happening.
That wall with ease.
This is supposed to be the side. I like how the side quest has now become the one thing we care about.
It's just
Drug
Skyrim.
cartel. Drug cartel. Who gives a shit?
Who cares about the 5,000 gold? I want to find a kid.
Well, I think the part that we were waiting for with the drug cartel was that Trixie had an inn.
Yeah.
So we're kind of
Yeah, they're
focused
just-
on this right now.
I mean, you can
Also,
still
we're kind of
use
waiting
that.
for Coriver.
Trixie.
It's up to you guys. I mean, the option's still there.
I'm
But,
still like hanging from this wall, waiting for you guys.
yeah. So, so what you notice, Fish, from hanging there while the rest of them make their way around, is that the guards up the top seem to be like, what's the word? Circulating in a pattern. You know, it's like every rotation is a certain amount of time. There's a certain amount of space between each of them. So currently, what you see before the rest of the party, you would imagine, like, this is a guessing point at this game for you to figure out when your party might get there. At the moment, 15-20 minutes go by and you've noticed probably about 3 guards pass you as you're sort of hiding as best as you can on the wall. You're starting to get fatigued and sore, so you're going to have to hop up or off soon. But yeah, you start to notice a pattern in the guard rotation, so it'll be a lot easier for you to navigate your way through them.
Oh yeah, no, I climbed over to the inside of the wall as soon as I saw an opening.
Okay.
So if I'm hanging from the inside of the wall and I'm starting to get tired, I'm gonna climb down, and
Yep.
I'm gonna stay at that spot on the inside of the wall. But I'm gonna try to find a spot where I can stay out of sight.
Okay, so where you climb down on that side of the wall would be, I think, Yeah, so where you climb down on that side of the wall, there is like the street water drainage system that sort of circulates in a weird pattern around the inside of the wall and then makes its way off to that sewage pipe that you imagine is just a couple hundred feet away from you.
There's no way I'm going down there wearing this dress.
But where you are immediately, there are a couple buildings around. They look like part of the residential area. You're in the vicinity of where Grandma Lorena was. But yeah, you're waiting for your party. The rest of you eventually make your way around, just skirting the wall until you find Fish. You meet up again.
If we're going down there, I need to change. This dress is too important to me. I'm not going into a sewage pipe wearing this gown. Not happening.
Alright, do that then.
I like run and try to find like a bunch of crates that I can hide behind and change into like standard common clothes.
Given that it's the skirting of the wall, there's definitely side alleys that are very bunched up and close together that no one's around, especially in the residential area. So you manage to find a place to change quickly.
I come back looking like a standard goblin. Oh, it hurts. Oh, there's no flash. There's no. Oh.
Yeah.
I'll still like pin the B pin on your little.
Yeah, I don't want to get rid of that.
Aww.
And I kind of like take off my crown and stuff it in my bag, and I get really sad.
Okay. Takfo's gonna take off his common hat, which you can tell he really likes, and kind of give it to Fish to put on his head for a minute. But he's gonna take the symbol of Bahamut off it and attach it to his chest.
Okay.
How do normal people live?
You guys wouldn't.
You've got a hat now. You've got a hat now. Quit complaining.
So yeah, you guys will reconvene at the same spot, and what do you want to do?
Who's ready for a dirty adventure? And
I certainly am.
Towards the sewage pipe.
Are you going to make use of Kel's bloodhound?
I would definitely ask her politely if she wouldn't mind.
She definitely will if you ask her. So.
Can I ride on the back of the bloodhound? Am I small enough to do that?
Yeah, you're small enough to do that. It might not be the best for the bloodhound, but you can.
Okay, fast. I can walk.
I'll take Fish and I'll just put him.
Okay. So Kel turns into a bloodhound. Immediately, now none of you speak dog, so you don't understand anything she tries to say. However, you get the sense that as she's sniffing about, she's wagging her tail and sort of giving that sort of low-pitched whine towards the wall.
Towards the wall we just scaled.
Yes. In the same spot the Fish had come down.
So the sewage pipe.
No, I think he means
you guys
the
aren't
wall.
near the sewage pipe.
Wait, in the wall? The wall?
In the wall, the wall.
The Wonder Wall?
Okay, so if
God,
As
you're
you
not
guys
so
were-
bad.
as you guys were passing through the gate, did it look like there was a door into the wall? Like as a secret room, like not a secret room, but as like a storage, something.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
But you didn't look.
I mean, yeah, but would we have seen anything? We'd like
was-
passively.
On the other side of the wall on the outside there was just a wall.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
but like
no. As they were passing through the gate, like if the gate is thick enough between both sides of the wall, is there a door into the wall?
You mean like, are you saying is there a door in the gate? Like between the
So when we were
Between the
passing
gates.
through the gate, there's this thick ass wall that the guards are
Yes.
on top
Thick.
of, and then there's the gate. It's pretty thick.
You
And
see,
on the sides of those on the wall, where the entrance is, where the gate is there a door that leads into that wall area?
Oh, I see. Not that you saw, no.
Okay, alright. I mean, I don't really want to knock it down. And I don't know how
I do.
else to get in. You do.
I would love to do that.
Fish,
However,
you can drop some, you can drop some darkness around the area.
Cal
I
turns
can.
back.
once, yes.
Sorry, Kel turns back.
Yeah.
So Kel, there is no other scent. It just stops at the wall.
It just stops here.
Does it go up the wall?
Not that I can tell. I can just get a sense of it behind, like inside.
Alright. Okay. Fish, if you can
well-
give us some cover, I can try and
I can cast darkness once.
How long does it last for?
10 minutes.
That's enough.
That's plenty of time.
What's the plan after I do, so I don't freak out?
Well, you cast it, so no one knows who's doing what. We knock down the wall, we go inside. We do
How
as
do
much
we
of it.
knock down this wall?
Well, I have a couple of things I can do.
And I just like look up at this massive wall
This
and look
thick
at
wall
Animus.
is
like-
literally just like massive chunks of stone.
Yeah, but we don't know how thick it is, like on the inside though.
I mean,
Sorry,
passing
okay,
through.
I
Hollow.
climbed over it, so I should know how thick it is.
No, but we don't know if it's hollow on the inside. You've been on the top.
Also, just a note, you guys would definitely be aware that, first of all, remember, the badge, the pin that you got from the Margrave, it tracks your spells. Secondly, casting a massive splot of darkness in broad daylight is probably going to be a bit suspicious.
Restrictions.
We could what we could do is notify the guards that we're on this quest for this child, which was a quest given by the guards, and tell them that the scent led us here and that there's something inside the wall and maybe they could help and we could do it, legally.
That's coming from you. That's quite impressive.
I really don't like Max.
That's fair. Alright, that's fine. I think that's a pretty good idea, to be honest with you.
Do you
Should
want
we
me to
go talk?
go find a guard?
Yeah, probably a good idea then.
I sprint off to find the nearest guard for
Okay.
assistance.
By yourself?
Oh yeah, vroom vroom. Full
From
speed. Gone.
Okay. You shoot off and find the nearest guard, which would probably be the city gate nearby. How do you wanna? You approach.
Me. Hello,
Uh,
sir. Down here.
where do you come from?
Over that direction. My friends and I, we've been working on this quest that we got from Max to find the missing kid. And we've come to a bit of a crossroads. And we could really use some of the city's assistance.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh no. Oh. I gotta do
2.
Oh no.
Kind of
I knew I should
looks
have
to
left
his
the
friend.
dress on.
Looks to his friend. Looks to you. He sort of lowers his position on his what looks to be a halberd. Kind of comes over to you and he says, why don't you come with us and we'll get this sorted out."
Okay, it's over this way. And I point towards Adamus and the rest.
Alright. Just come with us. We'll
Can we see her?
Can I insight check him?
you can insight
See
check.
if he's actually coming with me or if I have to go with him. Like there's
Insight
a
check.
difference. Dirty 20.
He definitely seems to be very suspicious of you and is trying to take you away.
It's this way, and I'll sprint back towards Adamus.
Hey, wait!
Full speed, gone. Don't touch me.
They start running after you.
We
Glad.
Takpo just sees this event unfold and just kind of like puts his hands in his face and goes, "I should have left you guys when I got to Westfront."
Fish, you eventually briefly make your way back to the party. Not too far
I'm
off
gonna hide behind Adamus.
the other guards that approach. They see your group and they slow their pace. They get to about 20 feet away from you. They're sort of hands on their weapons and they say, "Who are you?"
Well, we're here to help the kid that was missing. You know, your captain kind of wants him back really badly.
Where are you from?
Flash my Margrave badge
So do I.
while hiding behind
Mine's
Adamus.
already here, so.
Where are you from?
That is a loaded question.
I really don't think our origin stories have anything to do with this. We were given a job by your boss. I suggest you help us.
A kobold nest.
That's a loaded question. I come from a lot of places.
Make an intimidation check.
Wait,
Okay.
me?
No, Adamus.
I have -2 charisma. This is gonna be
Since
good.
we're all flashing our badges and helping.
It
Right.
was going to be persuasion.
Until it wasn't. Yeah.
A flash.
I mean, it was still a good roll, even if it's a -1, so 17.
Okay.
Okay. Sort of the guy in front. He looks at his friend. And what do you need help with?
The missing kid. We've been tracking his scent. It stops at the wall. I think there's something inside it, so we need access.
How have you tracked his scent?
There was a scuffle out near one of the farms that the kid frequents. We tracked it using our senses, and it led us here.
Oh, we didn't find anything there. How did you find something?
I
Her
guess
nose
we're
is
just
better
better
than
at.
yours.
See, the thing is that because you couldn't find anyone, they hired us. We are here to help.
My friends might be getting off on the wrong foot here. I say, trying to be a mediator in this situation.
You see the jaw muscle tense.
You see, what they mean to say is that although your the guards have, I sure, put their 100% effort into the missing kid case. We understand that the guards and your forces at the moment are stretched very thin with both the ghoul problem and the drug problem within Westron. So I understand it if, like, you know, things were overlooked in this case because of the taxing efforts of the other good work that the guards do.
I mean...
I'm trying to not get us attacked by guards.
Well, this wall has a few entry points depending on what you're doing and where you're going. Most notable point is what is colloquially known now as the Hero's Respite on the other side of the city, where the famous defenders of Westruun, where we get our current symbol, and he holds up one of the shields of the other guard, which has the sort of looks like a muscular silhouette body with two red eyes that sort of overlap the entire center of the shield, the pale yellow background with the sort of star collection. But it's weird that there's something here. There shouldn't be. Have you had a look at the wall? He sort of goes up and starts feeling the wall, looking at it. I'm just going to... it doesn't seem like there's anything unusual here.
Well, no, we suspect whatever is unusual is on the other side of it. On the inside of it.
But there should not be any entrance this way or that to this part of the wall.
We know that there shouldn't be, but we also know that there is. These are two different things.
Well, we don't know how to get in then. You're going to have to figure it out.
Can we please have your support in finding an entrance by giving us access to the entrance, another entrance to the wall somehow, so we can find a way in?
You can use the Hero's Respite entrance if you like, or the sewers, but apart from that, I really can't help you.
I'm partial to the sewers.
Fine. Go that way.
What was that, Fish?
I said I'm partial to the sewers.
Right.
So we'll go that way. We'll go.
But it smells in the sewers.
Which means you'll be used to it.
It's like you've never met a goblin before. This is gonna be fun.
I've met many goblins.
We stink.
Just if you go into the sewers, just be careful for stray things down there. Things tend to lurk.
They should be careful of us. I'm gonna smile.
Just ignores you and
Thank
walks
you
away.
for your kindness, sir. Bye.
Thank you. And I'm gonna wait till they leave, and let's see what money I have left. I'm gonna give them each 5 silver. Okay.
You're gonna run after them.
Yeah, I'm gonna bribe them. I give them each 5 silver, and I go, you know, sorry about the trouble with this lot. They can be a bit, you know. Yeah, you know, goblins.
Well, that's fairly generous for your kind. Thank you. They sort of look at each other and
Gonna ignore the casual racism there, and I'm gonna leave.
Yep.
They continue on the way.
How many guards were there? 2?
2.
Okay, it's 10 silver. Okay.
This is the thing, though. We're a party comprised of all, like, slave races.
That's very true, which is why we're the best.
I mean, except for Kel, who is a human.
It's not racism if it's true.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna take.
Okay.
So
that's gonna get censored.
We're gonna take the DM god's stereotypes and we're gonna crush them and prove him wrong. I will be the
watch
world's strongest, smartest goblin.
Watch that voice clip get cut down and used out of context.
Oh God.
Our career is over. It's gone. We're done. Good game, guys. Into the sewers.
Yeah. See where it is.
In real life too.
There's nowhere but down. Alright, so
Story of my life.
you guys are making your way along the wall to that sewage pipe.
Yeah.
Okay. You get there and it's grated. It's not just an open hole, it is, barred. So you're gonna have to figure out a way to get
Open
in.
it.
Make an athletics check.
I will.
That was really threatening. I
That
will.
is a 16.
You grab the bars of pretty much pure steel and start to pull, and you even got like your feet on the sides, like on the tube. You're like, "Argh!" Still
I will
nothing.
assist.
All right. Roll with advantage, fish.
Gladly. For your stereotypes. Bullshit. That's a natural 20.
What?
So 23. Open this grate.
Reluctantly, the bars give way.
With a heavy sigh, they're like, "Fine,
I
God."
am the strongest goblin.
With a heavy sigh, the bars let go. Yep. All right. So the grate opens with a clang.
I got this.
Yeah, you do. Let's go.
Okay.
Alright, so you shuffle your way on through the tube. Adam, it's a little bit more difficult and tenuous for you, but you do eventually find your way through. You are currently, as you get through the sewerage pipe, it appears that this is, just a straight pipe through the wall. There's no, it's not like it opens up or anything halfway through the wall. It's a pipe through the wall. So, it's up to you. You can either chill in the pipe or you can go all the way through.
I don't believe that. I'm going to investigate the wall.
Okay. You mean from the inside of the tube?
Yeah.
Make an investigation check.
Investigation plus 0, so 19.
19?
Yep.
As you make your way through, you find what appears to be, sort of halfway through, you find what appears to be another offshoot, a smaller tunnel offshoot that's also collecting a bunch of water and stuff. And this place smells horrible, by the way. You see another one from the right hand side as well, just a bit further up.
I will tell the others about them. But I don't know if we'd all fit through these offshoots.
Well, me and you would fit, probably, yeah?
Cal and I have expended our wild shapes.
Yeah.
We could always split up.
That sounds like a smashing plan. The sewer system, does it look like it's important?
What do you mean?
Does it look like if we broke it, it would cause issues for the city?
I mean,
It's a
if you
like
block
if we
your
wanted to
toilet,
break...
like, is that an issue?
No, I mean, like, open it up more. So, sorry, I'm not sure if I'm understanding this correctly. We're in, like, a cylindrical kind of tube that goes through the wall, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then there's a hole on one side and the other side, and small offshoots. There are two of them.
Yeah, the small offshoots are the holes. that
Yeah.
Go off. Yeah.
So if we just cut through the tube that we have with the assumption that the wall is hollow and broke a piece of it, like cut a hole in it, do you think that that would cause a problem for the city?
If you did that where the offshoot is, probably. If you do it in the right place, possibly not.
Can I try and find like do an investigation check or something to figure
Yeah.
out where the right?
Make an intelligence check.
Okay. It's 12. Because I've got nothing.
Probably just a bit further along where the right hand offshoot is. Probably the best place.
Alright, so I can start working on this if you guys want to go through the offshoots and see what's what.
Yeah, I kind of want to scout ahead and see how far it goes.
Okay. So you guys are the small ones gonna go down the offshoots?
I'm gonna be super cautious just because we are splitting up.
Okay. So stealth?
Are you guys taking one each, or are you following each other down the same offshoot?
I would follow Fish. I don't want to be alone here.
Free.
I will request to be at least 50 feet in front of you. So my stealth is not, and I mean this in the nicest way, hindered in any way.
Okay. I mean,
But
you say you don't
still
mean.
believe in you, tack mode. You're not the stealthiest.
I try my best.
I know. But like, I don't want to
I want-
die.
I want my hat
too
back.
far away.
I want my hat back.
You can have
Okay.
your hat back.
So, you guys, which offshoot are you going down first?
Left.
Left? Okay, the left offshoot is a little bit bigger than the right hand offshoot. So, you make your way down the left hand offshoot. Make a perception check with disadvantage, because as you're going through this offshoot, there is 0 light.
Dark vision.
I know.
Magical darkness. Stupid spellcasters.
Just because you have dark vision doesn't mean you always have a straight roll
I
on,
know.
on perception.
7.
7? It's
7.
a tube. There's probably stuff there that you don't want to see.
It does not bother me at all.
This is the session where we just try to do simpler tasks and just fail completely.
I have terrible perception.
Here's the starting point. Here's the end point. This is where you guys go. No. Okay, so you guys make your way. You guys make your way through the sewage pipe. How far do you want to travel? It doesn't look like immediately there's any, doors or latches or openings.
I want to see how far it goes. Like if it actually lines the entire wall.
Okay. As you're making your way along, probably 10 minutes go by. Occasionally, to the left and right, you'll see more offshoots traveling at your pace, where there's more cylindrical things that Adamus is currently in. Along the wall, every 10-15 minutes there's another one. Seems it's pretty regular. They just filter out to the outside of the wall. They're all barred. You can keep going. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any difference after 25 minutes or so of traveling so far.
No, I'll make my way back.
Okay, you start making your way back. Adamus, are you doing anything while they're doing that? For the 40 minutes really.
I'm going to take a short rest with Cal for that period of time and see how long it takes for them to get back, and we'll go from there.
Okay, short rest in the sewer?
Yep. And that way we can get our wild shapes back. I think it's probably the best idea.
Sanitary. Very good.
Have the little breather in the sewers.
Okay, so
Sounds like a typical Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Goblins.
Alright, so you take a short rest, you gain your wild shape back, and the two of the smaller ones meet back with the rest of you eventually. About an hour has passed so far that you've been in the sewer.
I mean, I'll report back. I didn't see much.
Alright. So maybe we check out the right one then? So, sorry, the wall that we just came from. We went right to get to the sewer, right? Or did we go left?
Yes, so on the inside you went right.
No, so on the outside of... Okay, so when we were inside the city, on the outside of the wall, we found the spot where the smell seemed to be coming from, and then we went away from that to find the sewer. Did we go right or left away from the spot?
Oh, I see. So where the spot was, you guys went left when you were on the inside.
Okay, cool, so we should be traveling right then. Because that's the way to get... Yeah, okay. Well, then we should all go through the right tube.
Yeah, that's why I went left first, because that seemed like the least likely option.
Okay.
Cool.
So the right-hand chute is going to be too small for Adamus and Kel to fit in their current forms.
Well, we can... I feel like rats are befitting. In this
Probably, yeah.
Situation.
And Takbo, you're definitely going to... Hopefully you're not claustrophobic, because this is definitely going to be a tight squeeze for you.
I didn't... Yeah. Yeah, he is claustrophobic.
Yeah, so that's up to you. It's going to be a tight fit.
He's gonna start hyperventilating slightly. He's gonna do it, but his eyes kind of widen up a little bit. He looks a bit scared.
Adamus is just gonna put a hand on his shoulder and kind of pat him and try and calm him down.
So a rat is gonna start touching him as well. That's gonna.
It's a mechanical rat.
It's really comforting.
You're welcome.
A cold steel claw. A
You
cold
take
steel
Adamus.
claw touches him.
Oh,
You take the mechanical rat. I'll take the cute, super foofy one.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and see if I can sniff out the scent as well down here. I know it may be difficult, but...
Okay, make a perception check.
Which rats have advantage on? It's, oh, cool. Nice. 17 plus 6 is 23.
Okay. There's a very, very faint hint of this smell coming from down the chute. But it's almost overwhelming with the rest of the smells.
Cool. Go.
Yeah, that's an appropriate noise. Yep, you guys start making your way through this little offshoot. About, I'd say 15 or so minutes go by of crawling through the chute, getting filthied, and eventually, who's in front?
Me!
Okay. Sure.
Well, I mean, each of us has a druid that we're holding. So it's
Yeah.
technically me and Kel,
Yeah.
because
Alright.
you were comforting Takbo.
So, me and
Right.
Tapo are at the back.
Okay, so Fish, in about 40 feet or so, you can see there's this dark spot that's coming up. You get a bit closer, and as you get about 15 feet or so away from what this is, the Kel and you, Adamus, definitely sense that the smell gets very strong here, that scent. And Fish, what you see in front of you is basically you can describe it as like where the pipe breaks, so there's a clear cut through the pipe, and there's like a platform where the ground sits, and and you can see it's kind of like if you did a cutaway version of like schematics. There's the wall, there's the pipe that goes through it, and then there's a platform under, like between. So it's kind of like a doorway through where you can climb out. However, right in front of the pipe, there's just a circular drop. It's about 10 feet wide. It seems that both pipes are currently mostly filtering whatever's going through them into this hole.
And the scent, is it coming from the hole or the pipes?
At the moment, the hole seems to lead down.
Oh god.
How you holding up there, Takbo?
He's just kind of very quiet.
You might not like this. I think we have to go down. Any objections? I go down the hole.
It's eerie silence.
I take Kel and I go down the hole.
Alright. As you grab Kel and start making your way down the hole, it's kind of... but you start... make an athletics check.
Gladly.
I'd say with disadvantage. Because this is a slimy hole. So as you start clambering down the hole,
it's a 13.
like
it's a 13.
okay, as you start clambering down the hole, your hands are sort of on the edges, and you're in this hole, right? And you can see that around you there's a sort of 15 by 15 foot room, essentially. So you're kind of in the center of where the pipes break, and in the hole in the ground, and then around you there's like this cutaway square section that's 15 by 15 foot. So, and it definitely looks like it's been intentionally cut through the wall.
As I land, I'm gonna look up the hole and cast Pass Without a Trace.
You're not down the hole yet. This is at the top of the hole.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go down.
So you start making your way down the hole. It gets more and more slippery the further down you go, and as you get about what you can imagine is halfway, you hope, your footing slips and you touch something incredibly icky, as far as you can tell, and it causes you to lose grip and you plummet. You take...
Can I cast while I'm falling or no?
Do you have Feather Fall?
Well, I didn't want to cast to prevent my fall. I want to cast Pass Without a Trace on myself.
You don't really have time.
Okay.
You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the... This is like this wet, gross slapping sound as you hit the bottom of whatever like
Delicious.
floor this is. You are currently like half your body is sunk into whatever liquid this is.
Well, I'm gonna make sure Kel's okay.
It's just this drowned rat that just emerges from the water.
I'm so sorry.
You hope is water.
I don't really care if it's water. I've had worse. I'm just gonna like make sure Kel is okay. And then I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace up the hole if I see Takbo falling.
Have I fallen yet?
Are you trying to make your way down?
Well, have I seen them just fucking fall?
No, you saw fish start to climb down, and then it's. Well, how far was your dark vision?
60 feet.
Okay, yes, you if you were looking down the hole while they were climbing, then yeah, you saw her lose grip and fall.
He's kind of looking down, like kind of pulls out, looks at the mechanical rat, and kind of goes, "What do we do?"
I'll just look down. And then back up
Okay.
to you.
Okay, I'm gonna try and climb down.
If I see Takbo, I cast Pass Without a Trace.
How far is your dark vision?
60 feet.
Okay, so you see him start to try and make his way down. Make an athletics check with disadvantage.
I believe.
Which checks are?
Athletics.
Oh no, disadvantage.
Yep.
Oh DM, can't I have advantage, please?
Can I please?
What's your natural environment? Is it the sewers?
No DM, it's caves, which are similar.
Different kind of caves, different kind of moist.
Oh
That's
god!
That's a 6.
Warfar's not here. Why is this happening? What is this coming to? This is. Oh my god.
Moist caves, apparently.
So ashamed.
So you get about okay, you start to make your way down, and you pretty much immediately lose your footing on something slippery, and just plummet.
Definitely casting Pass Without a Trace on us.
That does not eliminate sound.
It does not, no, but it is concentration and it will help as we make our way through the rest of the tour.
You take 19 points of bludgeoning damage as you slap into the wet floor below.
Give me a second.
See, Fish is used to this.
This is awesome.
How many points? How many points? Sorry.
19.
I ain't looking too good.
I
Alright,
think you look great.
so it's at that point that you guys sort of gather yourselves and start to like stand up and wipe this grime as best as you can off of you. And as you look around, you're in this sort of like an arched tunnel, if that makes sense. It's about 20 feet wide and 30 feet high, the ceiling. And there's just, you can look upwards and there's just this hole in the ceiling where you guys came from, and all the ichor is dripping down into this place. And eventually you see down the way there's a point at which it just seems to, like, all the I guess it's just like the liquid just seems to drop off into like what's the word, I guess you could say like a waterfall over a cliff, but it's looks like it's intentional, whatever that leads to. Behind you there's another path that does a similar thing, and you can see at the end, behind you is a dead end, and in front of you it seems like there's a path left and right that seems a little raised to allow the liquid to flow into this waterfall. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Okay.
Hey.
So we'll break for about 15 minutes, and we'll come back and continue exploring the sewage. Alright.
So done with.
We're back, everybody. And ready to get back into it. So, you guys are in a very interesting place. It smells, it feels icky, and you know that sensation of walking barefoot through a swamp? it's kind of what you've got going on right now, like all between the toes and everything.
Oh,
Extensive knowledge of doing exactly that. I know exactly what you mean.
I found
Yeah.
my home.
Yeah.
Toe fungus.
Ugh. It's not the kind of fungus you want, trust me.
What is the kind of fungus I want?
Probably like
Dead
penicillin.
people teeth. You want dead people teeth.
Mushroom.
Mushroom. So, yeah, you guys are down there, and it's dark. I don't know what else do you want from me.
We all have dark vision, right?
Not Kel!
Kel's a rat
He
currently.
Yeah, so the rat does, but Kel doesn't.
No, she doesn't. I don't think.
So if she goes out of wild shape
No.
as a rat, she doesn't.
Mm.
I don't think Adamus does in his form either.
Ooh.
Let me check.
It'd be really lucky that we're holding you guys.
Yep, no, Adamus doesn't. So, a rat form only.
Ooh.
Cool. So, you guys can currently see, all of you, 2 rats, a goblin, and a kobold. What do you want to do? You got a waterfall right in front of you, a waterfall of shit, essentially.
I would like to hold up my rat and kind of like a metal detector, just kind of like hold it out, move it around, and see what
See where like the nose bends.
just like see which direction the scent we're following is coming from.
She'll
Just
like
kind of like hold it out.
use the tail to just curve around and like direct like a radar.
Exactly.
Oh man.
To use my scent detector, please.
So, make a perception check if you like to, Delaney. Adamus.
I'm holding Cal.
Oh yes, that's right. Well, Adamus, I assume, because you're a rat still, I assume you'd be following the scent anyway. But I'll roll for Kel.
Which means if they're both doing it, that's advantage, correct?
Oh, we get advantage on perception checks with smell anyway because that's a rat feature.
Man, I was going for double advantage.
What's the rat perception modifier?
Perception. It is.
+4.
Where are you at? Sorry, it was here. Fuck. It doesn't have a perception modifier on it.
It's wisdom?
It's wisdom, so it doesn't. There's 0 to the rat's wisdom.
Okay.
But I think you keep your mental stats, so I think your perception is based on the character sheet itself.
Right.
Ah, okay.
So it's Cal's perception. Yeah.
Right, because yeah, mental stats. Wild shape.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so that's a 21 for Kel.
And a 21 for me too.
Wow. Okay. What did?
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. Right. Huh. You rolled the same. We rolled the same. Oh.
15 plus 6.
I got a 15 and a 14.
Oh.
Alright, so, yeah, you guys managed to pick up the scent again and start following it through. Wading through this water until the end of the passageway. It comes to that split, that T intersection. The scent is coming from the left. And right at the end, where you reach that T intersection, you can see and hear just like this. For the most part, it sounds like a waterfall, aside from the occasional splotch, like sploosh, that like falls over. But like you can just see as you look through, it's just this small, like, kind of cave, I guess. It's not a, how do I describe it? It's just a small opening for the water to fall through. But if you look through that gap, then you can see it just enters this massive cavern system that you can see. It's too far to see any real details, but you can hear the water landing far below. But you follow the path to the left, and you walk for good 15 minutes or so, and you still got Pass Without a Trace on you, right?
Yes,
Yes.
I believe so, because it's
Yes,
like an
I do.
hour concentration.
Okay, so if you are trying to move stealthily, roll me a stealth check.
Everybody get the +10.
You don't have to if you don't want to, if you just want to walk
Back
through.
at it again with the legendary stealth check. I love being sneaky.
What are your checks?
I got a 31.
Okay.
I'm being held by Takbo, so I don't make a check.
Alright, attack
Do I?
bow.
Yes,
Are you rolling stealth?
I could, but there's not really a point. Let's see if I get 2 natural 20s. That'd be awesome.
Well, it is Pass Without a Trace, so you do get +10, I believe.
Okay, I got a 21.
Very good. Alright.
I believe in you.
So, as you guys are making your way through these hallways, which are sort of taking lefts and rights and stuff, it's definitely a maze down here. And the architecture seems that it's been built up somewhat. Some of it is carved in stone, but there are like the floor, for example, is paved. Like, it's probably not the best craftsmanship, but it's enough so that you can walk across it smoothly. And just at one of the T intersections, well, rather there are 2 offshoots down one of the hallways, and whether you're debating left or right, you start to hear this and scurrying. Lots of like tiny little claws and yeah.
I look down at Kel, like, is the noise coming from her?
Definitely not. This sounds like a multitude of, you know, rats coming from both left and right. However, they don't seem to be drawing near. As you continue to push forward, they continue to get more and more distant. Seems that they didn't take any notice of you. You continue to make your way forward, and eventually you come to essentially like a if you think about it like a square, like a path, a square path. And there's a room central to that, and then there's one pathway for every face of the square that leads off into different directions. The scent takes you to the center square behind the door, which is a wooden door closed off with a handle, and then it also has another of the same scent that follows around the square and leads off to down one of the paths.
I'm gonna take a look around and see if there's anybody else here in the immediate vicinity.
Make a perception check.
16.
16.
Yeah.
In the immediate vicinity, you can hear signs of scribbling, like quill on parchment, coming from, like, very muffled, coming from behind the door.
Do I know how many wild shapes you guys have left or no?
So you probably, because Adamus is wild shaped enough for you to know that, like, too, and he's probably spent until he chills for a bit.
Okay.
I think that's DM's discretion.
At this stage, you've probably got about half an hour left.
I'm gonna
And
look
sorry,
Go ahead.
is the system we're in, it's no longer small, so that if Kel and I do revert to full form, we're not going to be, like, smushing everyone in?
No, this is like,
Right.
this is 20 foot by 30 foot corridors.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm gonna get enough distance from the center room so that whoever is inside cannot hear us.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna look at the rest of my party, including the rats. I know you can't respond, but you can still hear me. So we have a few options. We can either go down the path, and you guys can use the rest of your time as rats, or we can try to get inside that room. What do you think, Taco?
We've come this far.
You want to just continue?
Yeah. See where this
All right.
leads us.
I'm gonna go towards the path that the scent continues down and try to use up the last of their wild shape to follow the scent. We can always come back to the room.
Okay, so you're gonna follow the
Sorry,
scent.
DM?
Yeah.
Oh, we are following the scent, okay.
Yeah.
All good? Okay, so you continue to follow the scent around. It takes you to where you guys entered. It looks like you don't have any bearing of north, south, that kind of thing, but from where you entered, it seems that the scent leads off to the left. So you follow that path around. The scribbling sound gets fainter and fainter as you eventually make your way away. The half hour walking through these tunnel systems goes by, and eventually it's Kel and Adamus, and yeah, Kel and Adamus, you both hear as eventually, once you revert back to your forms, your normal forms. What's wrong?
I just realized that the question that I originally had, it makes sense now, because I forgot that the scent that we're following wasn't the boys, it was the orcs, so I wanted to know if I can smell on the other side of the door that familiar, the scent of the child.
Well, you didn't have any items of the child.
No, I guess, and I wouldn't be able to just remember it straight off the bat, so... Okay, never mind then. Please disregard.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, you guys didn't have anything of the kids, so you don't know the scent. But, yeah, so you guys revert back to your forms after following through the pathways a little bit, and where you eventually trail off, you see where you were following the scent. It leads off up through one of the tunnels, and it seems that at the end of one of these tunnels is a ladder, like a long tall ladder that just sort of is at the end of one of the corridors. However, going through these corridors, again, this is like a labyrinth of tunnels. You start to hear voices and noises coming from around the place. You can't pinpoint, it's hard to tell, but they're softened, they're whispered, quietened, and they're coming from around the general vicinity.
Well, this is probably not a good time to mention that Pass Without a Trace has worn off. And I cannot cast it again.
And we're back to our normal forms, right, me and Cal?
Mm-hmm.
So, we can either go back to the room with the guy behind the door, or we can follow this ladder.
I don't know who's in there, and there are multiple people here, so... Did you check to see if the door was locked?
I did not. I didn't want to alert whoever was inside.
Fair.
But I can.
Yeah, it might be a good idea just to see if it's the kid there, then we can bypass these guys. in general.
Fair enough. So we're heading back for the room?
If that's good with you guys.
Yeah, of course. The only reason we came this way was to make sure that this was the right way and that the scent continued while we could. But we can go back to the room, that works.
So, if that's all good with everybody, I'll start backtracking.
Are you all backtracking?
Yeah.
Alright, so you all start backtracking. At that point, you start to hear very soft, and only Kel and Adamus hear this, very soft footsteps. It seems like a small group of humanoids are starting to walk through the corridors, not too far behind you. You continue to push forward a little bit, keeping an eye out. It seems like they kind of follow you for a little bit, and then they trail off. You continue to make your way back through the corridors to where you previously were, at the room, the centric room. You eventually make your way there, back to the door. Once you get there, you can still hear the faint scribble sounds.
Want me to check it?
I think you'd
Yeah.
probably be the most nimble of us all, yeah.
I don't like
Move forward. Go ahead, what?
I am very loud, and also I am very loud, and this is also a very cramped environment, and I am very scared.
I'm so lucky that we have 2 druids right now. I'm gonna sneak forward, and I'm just gonna very quietly, with 2 fingers, just kinda jiggle the handle and see if it's locked.
Make me a sleight of hand check. Huh?
15.
15. You slowly put your 2 fingers on the handle, give it a little jiggle as quietly as possible. It seems that it is open.
I'll just look back over to Adamus and give her a thumbs up.
And shake my head.
Okay, I'll
And,
come back.
I'll hold on just a second.
I
I thought I'd
burst
message
into
for a
bloom.
second there. I was like, yes! No. Alright.
No, I come
Um,
back. I'm not gonna burst into the room without permission. We've had enough missions gone south.
Tackle, the door is unlocked. I don't think that they'd be keeping the kids in a room close to an exit.
Yeah.
In an unlocked room, so...
Makes sense.
But what is in the room?
A trap.
There's only one way to find out, really, and I don't know if we want to.
Shall I just open the door? I fight things, he says, pulling out his axe.
Weren't you the one telling us to have a little bit more decorum?
Yeah, but I joined your party to kill things, to be honest.
We don't
but-
really just kill things for no reason. We don't know what these people are or what they're doing.
It's a person. I don't kill people. I just want to know what's in the room.
But
Like
they're the bad guys.
What if
They're
it
the
is
bad
paper?
guys.
Do we know that, though? Do we know for sure that they're the bad guys?
If they're trying to kill me, they're a bad guy.
But they're not trying to kill you right now, and your weapon's
Not
already
yet!
gone.
Oh,
If you
dude,
always
he
assume the worst in people, you'll only see the worst.
kind of grumbles and kind of puts his axe away, like, never let me have it.
What if I knock? Like,
Try
just
and do
knock
it.
on the door.
You guys start to hear a multitude of footsteps, just softly like you did before, coming from one of the passages
Well,
where you came from.
I think soon enough we're gonna find out if they're friendly or not anyway.
Takbo's hand begins to kind of crackle a little bit of electrical energy, getting ready to cast Eldritch Blast.
Easy with that. It's very wet in here.
Okay, maybe our best bet would be in the room then. If there's only one of them in there and there's a whole buttload of them coming our way, getting inside the room, shutting the guy up, and then just letting them pass is probably our best bet.
Do you want me to open it or knock?
So,
do we want to be friendly or aggressive?
okay,
I know Takbo's vote.
Aggression.
The footsteps are getting louder as they get closer.
no, I think we just need to get inside the room. So, whatever way you want to
Okay.
go about it, let's go.
I go open the door and I walk in the room. Hello! I wait for everyone to get in and I shut the door.
Okay.
Hello!
So, you grab the handle and stride through this unlocked open door into the room. As you do so, you enter a large, sort of 30 foot by 30 foot square room decorated with very simple furniture, mostly a bookshelf and a desk at the far end where there is someone currently sitting on a simple chair scribing with a couple candle sconce lights on the walls, lighting up the room with faint orange light, and they're currently scribbling. And as you enter the room, they kind of look up, they put their quill down, they look at you, and as you guys filter into the room, he stands up, and what you see, the person you see standing behind the desk now is a very tall, looks to be elven male with very light white hair and dark skin, almost like a graphite skin, with these white pupil eyes. It is a drow male that stands before you, dressed in like a dark green cloak with a leather undercoat. And he stands up. He says, "Who are you?" You guys filter into the room, close the door.
Fish. As I close the door and I look at Adamus and I'm just like, oh god, I'm like, my eyes are shifting between you and the door and just like, I'm slowly moving my head towards the door like you should probably block it or lock it or do something.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'll just stand.
Well, now, I was told to open the door. So I did that, and now I'm standing in front of you, and I'm pretty sure we're talking. Hello!
Hi. Look, we're just looking for somebody. I was just wondering, do you know Caravar?
Fuck's sake. No, I know not of who
You're
you
the one who
speak.
brought racism into this.
Who are you? Tell me now.
I'm Fish.
Where do you come from? Who sent you?
Everybody always asks that. That's such
We're
a
looking
loaded
for
question.
we're looking for a missing kid.
A missing kid, you say?
Yeah.
Well, there are a number of those in this city. Which one in particular?
Adamus, I just kind of pull out the rat and kind of throw the rat down and goes, "That knows."
I'm already human. Well, human, warforged again.
Oh, I've been funny. But yeah, it's kind of point to the robot behind me and like, knows better.
Listen, he's just a friend of mine. We're just looking to get him and get out. Do you know anything about this?
I might. That depends.
Alright.
See, he's friendly. I like this one.
Depends how much coin you've got on you.
Well, that depends on the price. Why
much
would
is he
you
worth
take
to
a
you?
child in the first place, anyway?
I never said I took him. I said I know where he was, or I knew about him.
I wanna get a look around the room, see what's in here. It's the whole reason I came in here.
Make a perception check.
Quick question, have the footsteps passed already?
You can't currently hear. They were faint to begin with. Now you've got a closed door between you and a wall. You can't hear anything outside.
14.
14? Like I said, this is a very basic room. There's nothing terribly special, it seems. Upon closer, sort of quick glancing inspection, it seems that there are some markings on the wall to the left and the right, like the side walls, where the desk is in front. On the side walls there are these markings that look, being the archetype that you are, you recognize them as magical glyphs. That's the only thing of interest you see around here.
I kind of like look around. I'm like, wait a minute. Are you a wizard?
I might be. That depends.
Can you help me with something? And I pull out the pouch of dust that we found.
You're testing my
What is
patience.
this?
Information does not come cheaply, and you have wandered in here with no explanation as to why you're here other than looking for a child, and yet you
I'm gonna
demand
put a coin
information
Only
without
fucking
compensation.
I'm
That's
gonna put my coin purse on my very oversized coin purse on his desk while he's like yelling.
He glances down at it. You have my attention. What do you
This
need?
city are so mean.
Where's the kid?
Well, first of all, he's not here. He's been taken elsewhere, outside of the city.
Yeah, where?
Why?
Don't know. Someone had interest in him, I guess.
How do you know all this?
Down here, we broker in information, as information is more valuable than coin, for the most part. However,
You're a slaver, aren't you?
I never said that. I am a broker of information. Why do you think I have bookshelves filled with books here, ledgers?
So, what part of brokering information requires you to kidnap a child?
I did not kidnap a child. I recorded
Followed
their
the
goings and
scent
goings.
down here.
The scent.
That. And you
Yes.
did just take coin off of us instead of information, so.
Coin still has value. So,
This one's a hypocrite.
you're welcome to leave.
I kinda like it here.
However, it seems that our time is done. And he sort of does some movement sigils really quickly. And you see his eyes flash like a blue and sparkling, like crackling energy shoots off of the
Cast
walls.
entangle.
Does he
He's already
speak
casting.
while he's doing this?
Yes.
I cast silence.
What casting time is silence?
Ooh, it's an action, so we were casting at the same time.
He started before you.
Okay, that's fair.
So he finishes his spell before you guys let off yours, and the crackling blue energy circles around the glyphs on the wall and shoots across the room. And you guys are, I'd like you all to make a Constitution saving throw, as the entire room fills with a bright white blue light.
21.
Okay.
7.
Okay.
9.
Kelly
So
gets
he
a
just
3.
completely ignored me saying that the scent was down here.
Yeah.
Just completely ignored me.
Yeah.
This guy's a douche.
He's got no
Everyone in this
obligation
town
to
is
answer
a
you.
douche.
Yeah, no, like literally every person we've come across is a cunt.
It's the town, man.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like you guys went to the market and just started talking to this nice lady or anything. You know, you're always talking to suspicious
assholes,
individuals.
The captains are assholes. The NPCs are
I
assholes.
mean, Cove was pretty good. Anyway, so who got lower than 15?
Me.
Okay.
Nope.
And
Do
Kel?
we just instantly die?
Yes. No. So Fish, you're the only one that succeeds the saving throw. So what happens as this blue light fills the entire room, kind of like a white box light, you, the three of you, Kel, Adamus and Takbo, you're blinded for 2 rounds. Fish, you're not blinded. However, when the light fades and the glyphs revert to normal, like the black etchings on the walls, the individual in front of you has disappeared. And at that stage, you hear footsteps outside, rushing towards your direction.
I'd look for the desk that he was using.
Yeah, it's in front of you.
I take Adamus's hand and I put it on the desk and I say, "Pull it this way," and I instruct Adamus to pull it in front of the door.
Okay.
Because I can't do that.
Alright, make an athletics check with advantage.
And then I want to look for whatever he was writing.
14.
14?
Mm-hmm.
You managed to start pulling the desk towards the door. Managed to sort of wedge it up against it. Fish, whatever was on the desk is gone. And you notice in the bookshelf behind, well, in line with the door, it seems to have some missing books from what was before, from what you saw from your perception check before. You can tell that there are some books missing.
And there's no windows in this room, correct? It's just
Yeah, it's just a stone
the
wall.
whole where it's just flat
Wait,
wall.
so sorry. In the 6 seconds or whatever it took for him to cast the spell, he went around the room, selected books, and took whatever it was off the desk, all in that 6 seconds that he was casting the spell.
Well, you don't know what he cast.
Right,
Could
so
have been it could have been a time thingy. There's time magic now.
He could have cast Time Stop at 9th level.
Jeez.
BBEG. Yep. No. At that point, you hear this on the door. You hear, "Who's in there? Open the door."
I'm gonna do my best to keep that desk in front of the door until my friends aren't blinded anymore.
They are going to try and open the door. Okay. I'd like Adamus you to make a strength check, an athletics check.
I'm also assisting to keep the desk in front of the door.
10.
Okay. As you can hear them, like budging the door open slowly, like you can feel the full force of the weight, whoever's on the end of the door. You start pushing it open with every shoulder barge. It slowly is opening.
If I see someone's hand come through, or fingers, I'm biting them.
There's no hands yet. Are you guys, what do you want to do? Just gonna wait it out, or?
I'm just gonna shout, "This is a huge misunderstanding, we're just looking for somebody."
Please don't hurt us.
I make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Okay. Never mind. That's a 3.
Okay. They continue to budge their way through the door until eventually, Adamus, you have to basically like let go because the desk gets like pushed, like flung to the one side and tipped over as the door slams open, and 2 or 3 people start running through, and they have their weapons drawn. One's got like a halberd, and 2 have got scimitars, and they sort of like stand at the ready and look at you all. They say, "Who are you and why are you here?"
Are they orcs?
No, it seems that upon first glance, they are mostly human. There's one seems to be half elf with them. They've got cloaks, like a hood over the top, covering from behind and stuff, and they're wearing what you recognize as Shade Watch armor.
Oh.
Oh, we know. Well, that was like, who the fuck are these people?
I'm gonna put my hands up and be like, hey, we know you guys. You know, we followed the scent of a missing kid. There's a badge on, and I point to Adamus because Adamus's badge is on his chest. We're here on official duty, following a kid, trying to finish a quest.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm terrible at persuasion. Stop making me do it. 4.
4. Surrender peacefully, and we won't harm you.
My hands are already up. I don't even have any weapons.
The rest of you?
I kind of throw out my knives. I throw my knives down. I put my axe on the floor. Oh shit! And I take out my crossbow, remembering it.
They're blind.
I'm just gonna check if I have any more weapons. Give me a second.
I just say they're blind, and I'm like, yeah, we're looking for a kid.
Do you count a hunting trap as a weapon?
What? Just put it down on the floor.
What about crowbars?
Just put it down.
I just
See
take
them look
my
at each other.
fucking...
Put your backpack on the floor.
I just put my backpack on the floor and my belt, which has some of my other stuff, and just put it on the floor.
They eventually, 4 of them are now in the room, and they filter around you, and they start to lead you out of the room. One of them stays in the room, and starts to look around as the rest of them start to guide you out. Are you guys gonna follow them like peacefully, or what are you gonna do? Do you want to do anything else?
I'm gonna mention again, we're looking for a kid. The scent led us down here. There's a missing kid. We need to find this kid. He needs to get home.
You can save that kind of talk for when we get back.
The Margrave sent us here, though.
Sure. You can tell it to her.
Okay, fine. And then you can deal with her when you've put our mission off, and if that kid dies, it's on your head.
Wait, so the badges that we have is worth nothing?
They don't seem to be fazed by it. At this point, they don't seem to be listening to you.
What was the name of Korovar's girlfriend?
Kayla.
Yeah, use Kayla.
Well, we know the Shade Master too, and we know Kayla.
You saying this?
New Kayla.
Are you telling them? Like, are you telling them this?
Yes, I say we know the Shade Master, and we knew Kayla too.
They kind of pause a little bit. They say, "How?"
We did some business for the Shade Master back in Jorn Village before everything happened.
What was your business?
Hunting some cult. I didn't start the mission. I joined it after they started.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Quit. I quit. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm done. 10.
They kind of pause and look at each other. Well, even if that's true, you can tell that to her. You can talk to her when we get back.
What's the name of the dragon?
You asking me?
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the dragon.
I don't think that that's gonna help us in this situation.
No, I know.
Her name is Tessa.
Literally, that's what the reason I asked is because Fish is gonna get so frustrated and just say, "Oh, for Tessa's sake!" And he's just gonna get upset and like, throw his arms.
Tessa?
Yeah.
You mean Tessa?
That's what I said.
You said Tessa.
Alright, they continue to guide you out, and they are actually leading you towards the ladder that you guys had previously detected scent from. As you guys filter upwards, it opens a grate into the city streets, and you appear basically around the marketplace. As you filter out, they keep surrounding you. They close the grate up and they lead you away to the Margrave's house, which initially you find a little odd, as usually you'd be taken straight to the barracks. They're taking you to the Margraves. As you guys head across the town square, you get a few odd looks from a few people as you're all the whole group of you are walking through, and you eventually reach the gate of the Margrave, and you see the two guards there stand to more of attention, look at the shade watch around you. They sort of slowly nod and they open the gate and they let you through. They take you all the way up to the Margrave's house, into it through the front door and off to the left, where they give a knock first and then the door opens and they lead you through. They lead you through a couple rooms before eventually getting to what looks to be like a small sectioned off office of sorts, not too dissimilar from that room down in the sewer place, underground tunnels, whatever you want to call it, where you just were, except this is obviously more done up, it's more lavish, being the Margrave's place. And there, sitting in the chair in the office, is a female figure with long hair and familiar dark elven features. It's the Shade Master. And she looks up from her desk to look at you. Ah, hello there. So, what is this about? And one of the Shade Watch members says, well, during our thing down under the underground, we found this lot there. Bit suspicious. They were in the center room that we found this. Looked like some sort of study or something. When we got in there, everything had been sort of upturned a little bit, and they were standing right in the middle, trying to block our entry. Ah. She looks to you guys. Care to explain?
If you saw a bunch of people in full armor with weapons drawn, would you two not try to, I don't know, not get stabbed?
Are you saying that you were in this room because you were hiding from people?
I mean, I know that it's kind of their purpose, but the Shade Watch is kind of scary. Especially for someone of my stature.
That is true. So, you were under the undergrounds because why?
I kind of look up at the Shade Watch. I'm like, do I have to repeat it again?
They sort of just look at you blankly.
We're looking for a kid. We're working for the Margrave.
Working for the Margrave, hmm?
And I pull out my badge. Yeah.
I pull out mine and I kind of whisper to Fish, Who's this person?
Don't worry about it. She's big and scary, and she's in charge.
So, you were looking for a kid.
Yeah.
Is this that kid on the wanted poster?
Yeah, that's the one.
I too have been looking for this kid. The apple cry. Something's not right. And she sort of waves her hand, and the rest of the Shade Watch sort of nod and filter out of the room, close the door behind them, leaving just you lot in there. Well, seems that you ran into an unfortunate position of right place at the wrong time,
Story of my life?
Can you tell me anything about what you found in this room? Anything useful?
Absolutely not. Tell us what you want with the kid.
What I want with the kid?
Yes, you said you were looking for him. Why?
To find him, obviously. He's a missing child.
You're the Shade Master of a different village. What are you doing in a different place? Looking for a kid you don't know.
You're very inquisitive, aren't you? I've come here seeking aid from the Margrave. However, my arrangement with the Margrave is one of favours, and currently I'm tightening a few loose ends for her so that we may have aid of our own. In such, I'm finding this missing child for her.
Did you help the lady with her groceries too?
I don't believe that was a necessary part of the arrangement.
Can we just work together to find this kid so that way we don't have to be in each other's way anymore?
Yeah, working together, I think, is always a good idea because friendship and trust and
I'm gonna glare at Taco.
kind of trying to be nice, then looks around and realizes he kind of looks at them and studies for a minute. Is like, oh, they're cruel. Kind of just stops talking.
So, is there anything useful you found? My Shade Watch will be upturning the room regardless. But if there's anything that you found before we got there.
We followed his scent to the sewers, where we found you guys.
You lot seem like a fairly capable bunch, don't you? Did you end up finding anything about a cult? No? You're just going to stand there?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Very well. It seems that we have come to an interesting place. We are looking for the same individual. Perhaps we could work together.
That's what I was trying to say.
So what do you propose that we do then?
Just combine resources. I just want to find the kid and get him home.
So, what did you find in the room?
There was a guy, and then there wasn't a guy. He did magic-y stuff. My friends got blinded, and then he disappeared.
What did this guy look like?
I mean, I feel like I'm giving all of the resources here. This is supposed to be a two-way street. What do you know about the kid that's missing?
His name is Reuben Applecry. He is a
We know
missing
that.
kid. He disappeared about 2.5 weeks ago. No one has seen him since. A very mysterious disappearance.
You haven't found anything else?
We found tracks that led to possible sources down here, where there is a history of slavery or slave trade. So we followed that trace, that breadcrumb trail, if you will, and then we bumped into you.
Borrow a piece of paper and a quill. And I'm gonna quickly sketch out the drow that we saw and try to get as close as I can with the robes and everything. And as many of the glyphs that I can remember. I probably don't remember many of them.
Alright, make me an intelligence check for the glyphs.
That's probably why I don't remember. Oh my god. I just rolled a natural 20. I'm gonna take a picture of it so you can see this.
Okay. She looks at the drawings and the glyphs. This is very interesting. Whoever this man was definitely did not want to be found, or did not want to be apprehended. He must have been someone of importance. These glyphs, they're quite concerning. They are, how do I put this? In essence, they blind those that get caught in them, and they also allow a form of teleportation. And if they were sprawled across the room, that means that there are certain contents that are tagged to complete these glyphs, that if set off, they will disappear along with the glyph. The spell that the glyph enchants, essentially. So you're saying that he activated this glyph?
We had a little conversation. I was trying to be nice, but like everybody else in this town, he was a dick. He tried to take our money. He told us that the kid had been transported out of town, but again, he's not very trustworthy. But I do believe slavery is involved. And then he got upset, and he disappeared, and my friends were blinded, and then his papers and books were gone with him. Do you have any capable casters with you? Like, highly capable?
It depends how high you're talking.
I'll pull out the little pouch. I found some gem dust. I don't know what it is, but it was at the farm where the kid disappeared. I assume more teleportation was involved.
We wouldn't be able to tell right off the bat, considering that this is mostly dirt. However, if you left it with me, I would possibly be able to filter that out. Get someone to look at it.
On one condition. We don't work for you on this case. We work together.
I would assume as much. I have no interest in hindering you. The sooner that this favor is over, the sooner my plans can be set in motion with the help of the Margrave. So, leave the pouch with me. I'll get it looked at. It's very odd. Where did you say you found this?
The farm.
Farm. We noticed that the tracks of the child stopped abruptly.
That's where we found this.
My best guess is that either something was cast on the child, or this is another use of teleportation. If it is teleportation, then that's not good.
like I said, we found a scent. We followed it all the way to the sewers, and it led up that ladder and through the marketplace. But as you can see, we were abruptly stopped.
Interesting. Well then, leave this with me for a little bit. I'll get it looked at, and I suppose come back in a little while and I'll have something more to share with you in this regard. In the meantime, possibly go back down into the tunnels and keep searching for things. Perhaps you might find something in that room.
And we will speak later. If you'll excuse me and my friends.
Indeed.
We have work to do.
Travel safe.
I will just, like, as dramatically as possible, try to swoosh around while remembering I'm not wearing a dress anymore. And march out of the room.
Alright.
Techbug kind of just looks around, looks at everyone, looks back to his friends that are leaving, and kind of just goes, and just gives a little wave and leaves.
Alright.
Like, kind of scampers out of there. He doesn't
Small
like this
but
sewer.
mighty Tempo.
Alright. You guys all filter out of the room and make your way out of the Margrave's place and to the front gate. And that is where we'll pick up next session, as things have come up for some people and unfortunately we aren't able to continue, but we'll definitely pick up this next session next week. So thank you everyone for watching, thank you guys for playing, and see you next week.
Yeah.